We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Leveraging over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day, Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences, so the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Just go to Indeed.com/Blue Wire right now and support our show by saying that you heard about Indeed on this podcast. That's Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
There's more to imagine when you listen, so let your imagination soar with Audible. Audible has audio titles from every genre that will inspire you to imagine new worlds, possibilities, and ways of thinking. As an Audible member, you get to choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog. Enjoy an exciting reawakening of a beloved classic with the Audible original David Copperfield by Charles Dickens, produced by Academy Award-winning director Sam Mendes, starring Ncuti Gatwa, Helena Bonham Carter, and Theo James. This adaptation breathes new life into a familiar tale. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/imagine or text IMAGINE to 500-500. That's audible.com/imagine or text IMAGINE to 500-500.
We lost Kevin. All right, perfect.
Goodbye, Kevin. Kevin hates your stupid idea.
He does hate my stupid idea.
I have to get the right voice for what's her face from Home Alone. Kevin! No, is that good?
This is Kathy. What? Kathy O'Hara?
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
She's a very famous actress. She's done a lot more better things than that.
Catherine
than being Kevin's mom in Home Alone.
Her line delivery of Kevin is one of my favorites still.
Yeah, Catherine O'Hara. Ha! I did remember something. I knew a thing. Please mark it on the wall. I knew a thing today. I'm done for the year. I did it. It took me until September, but I did it.
Am I muted? Like, I thought I said that.
No, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay. I thought I said Catherine O'Hara.
You did, but I thought you were just repeating it because I said it, and then I was confused.
No, I didn't hear you.
I'm bad at podcasting and listening and talking and most things.
Also, for some reason, and Arthur and I were talking about this, for some reason, every once in a while, StreamYard, if there's enough people talking at once, it starts it like chooses to drop something, not on the local records, but on the global. And it's kind of bizarre like that. We haven't figured out why that is yet.
Kevin's internet hates us.
That's fine too. I mean,
I
hate us too, but that's fine. I'm still here. I'm kidding. I love you guys. I'm just kidding.
So, Commish, do you want to tell us about your stupid idea?
Stupid idea.
Yeah, sorry.
It was definitely this podcast, but no. I mean, I did have the idea to start.
My friend. We are episode 200 and something at this point, which is
210,000.
Listen, the worst part about it is that, like, now that I'm not driving at 5 o'clock in the morning, this podcast is actually a slightly better idea than it used to be.
Slightly. Right. We just try to get you killed. That's right.
Yeah.
So I had the stupid idea where, I mean, we got kind of like Andy Staples said, you guys must be reaching for stuff. And I was like,
you got slammed by Andy Staples. It was great.
Andy Staples slams the Sickos Committee for wanting to track a random field goal distance out of nowhere. So I was, this was an ultimate shower thought idea. I was just like, I wanted to track like the shortest field goal of the week. And I was like, well, that's, I don't know, whatever. I mean, like you'll get like an 18-yarder every now and then if you're lucky. And then people will be like, what's the longest field goal of the week? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But I wanted to track something ridiculously random.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided on 4 random field goal distances. And I had no rhyme or reason to them. I chose 4 choices on the poll: 37-yard field goal, 32-yard field goal, 29-yard field goal, and 26-yard field goal. So I just put those 4 out there because I'm like, okay, the 26-yarder is kind of funny because you're on like the 9-yard line. So whatever. But it's great. But, something like that is...
Can I suggest a slight an alternate to those numbers?
Okay.
What if so someone mentioned that 2 of them were primes and you didn't even notice that?
What
if we just did prime field goals?
Okay. Well, we still got to do the 32-yarder because the 32-yarder won it on Instagram and Twitter.
Well,
that was we had nearly
Brexit also won in a non-binding referendum, so fuck it. We can do what we want.
We can also do, but
Sickos Committee, not a democracy.
I am bound by the Twitter poll here.
No, you're not. Fuck, no, you're not.
Okay.
Commish, you are the state.
Absolutely.
I wanted the people decided.
We don't have a second or a third estate.
It's not like we can't do more prime number field goals. Whatever.
My dear friend that I get to hug this weekend.
Hooray!
My dear friend, every time you say, why can't we do more? I do feel the urge to like open hand slap you every once in a while.
Okay.
Just for your own sanity.
It is a lot of things.
Okay.
You have that Hank Green energy where like every week's a new business idea.
I love it.
That's which is great. But also sometimes it's too many things.
Also, if I go into Hank Green for my like third career act, does that work? Do I have the right Hank Green energy? Or am I more of a John?
How good are you at explaining sciencey things? That's an important part of the Hank Green.
Not great, and I talk a little too fast too, but so does he.
Yeah, so does he. That part's fine.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, maybe. Also, I sent to our personal group chat a very sexual picture of Will T. Riker, and it's causing Beth's issues.
Of Alf.
Oh, that too.
Okay, so we.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee Podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of 9/10, September 10th, 2024 at 9:10 p.m. Oh my God. Everyone make a wish. Is that what you do?
But it's not 9:10 here.
It's not.
Shit.
It is 9:10 right here.
It's 10:10.
Not here.
Like,
it's 10:11 now.
Oh no, it's the next one. I'm not saying that out loud.
No, can't do that one.
I will remember it though.
We are on mini hate week, anger week.
Is this
because we have so many random?
Can we call this misplaced anger week?
No, because some of the anger is correctly
Okay.
placed.
Yeah,
properly
there's some
placed.
real hate here.
Well, no,
just,
I mean,
it's dislocated anger.
Oh,
can we
you
say
mean
like
misplaced? Okay, say it again.
So it's mistimed anger.
Okay, that may be better than misplaced.
Because
It's misplaced on the schedule, but the anger is real. Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
I like that because this is mistimed hate week.
This is linear time is a mistake week.
Yes,
correct.
That's
linear
what
time
this
is a mistake. Hate week.
I'm sorry, I said your thing.
It's okay. You're allowed to say my thing.
Oh, they're acting nice right now.
We're trying to be civil very, very hard.
Y'all, we'll get to what Pitt in West Virginia is going to look like this week. But I am so excited that this is going to be my first brawl because it's going to get so stupid.
These are two incredibly stupid teams. So,
oh, I am so excited. First, though, we do have to talk about something. Commish is mad. Commish,
I am mad. Yeah, I'm upset.
Why are you mad?
So I was doing the Sicko stats summary, and
which are great.
I enjoy doing those. And then again, this stuff you're saying that I want to do more. I was like, I just want to look up more stats. That's all it is.
But, yeah. Hey, you know what? My friend.
I'll do it. It's fine. I won't make you all do it. Really, I'm upset because the one thing that I had Arthur edit out of the previous podcast is that there was a drive listed in the Auburn and Cal game as a 12-play, 75-yard drive that took over 11 minutes. And it wound up in an Auburn touchdown. And then their next two drives were only 3 total plays with 2 interceptions in those. And apparently that was a lie. So ESPN lied to me. The ESPN data poll lied to me. And I feel betrayed, ESPN. I feel hurt. I feel disappointed.
Let me tell you a little dirty secret here. That I'm sorry for not having told you this earlier, because I've been dealing with this for 2 or 3 years now. In fact, CFB data, like who I get all my stuff from and who you got yours from, every once in a while, but like back at the beginning of COVID or back when I was like couldn't do shit, I actually helped them fix some of the things, because there are certain games that just don't have any play-by-play data. Like ESPN just skips it entirely.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I was been pulling, and it was just like uncategorized, and I'm like, something's wrong here. So I learned my lesson. I will have to check but verify. So I had to pull down an Auburn tweet. I had to update the Substack and take it out. Just kind of felt a little betrayed, and I wanted that drive to be real, but it just wasn't real.
Isn't it amazing that we have higher journalistic integrity than a lot of the folks that claim to be journalists? I'm just saying.
We're journalists. We have press passes and everything.
It's weird because...
What a sentence that is.
It's so weird because I am in the Football Writers Association of America.
Right. Well, but how many people would have just left that shit up? And not said a single word about it. Whereas like Commish, I mean, how many times did you, I mean, I remember times, like a peek behind the curtain here, folks, that where like we were doing shit as stupid as distance to like CVS, and one of them was wrong, and Commish was like, oh, we're going to delete the whole fucking thing. I was like, just slow your roll there, Haas. We'll fix it. And I appreciate that because, well, no, this is a good thing, because we've always said that we are as truthful as we can possibly be, because the truth is always stupider than lies.
Absolutely.
Right.
That is true.
Yeah.
We don't have to make things up.
No.
Right. Making things up makes things worse 99% of the time. This is why we had a discussion about things like AI generated stuff. And half the time, if I just like slapdash together a like Photoshop, it's going to be funnier.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like just going to be better for us anyways, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And so
yeah, our artisanal shitty memes,
I mean, I just
are
made
objectively better, and all of the people in them have the correct number of thumbs.
Commish, I love that thing that you made.
I made like just a ridiculous thing for 100 Miles of Hate. I may get brave enough to post it later. But it's so bad.
You
But
coward.
I'll post it. It's fine.
Post it now.
Right now? During this? You got
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. But let me slap on something real quick. I'm not going to put the logo on it. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay. We have to introduce the podcast anyway. You've got a couple minutes.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we're only 10 minutes in. It's fine.
That's cool.
As always, folks, I'm Jordan, and with me tonight I have Commish, Beth, and Pitt Girl. Some of us are coming off of, I think, if not some of the worst couple of days of our lives, then like really bad sets of days, like all of us. But y'all don't give a shit about that, and luckily for y'all, this is the way that all of us get this out of our systems.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, this is the Good Vibes Only podcast.
this is the Good Vibes Only podcast. Pitt Girl, how are you?
I am good. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Beth?
I got the new science juice in me, and we're going to chase this until the fever takes me down.
Hell yeah. Commish, how are you, sir?
I'm good. It's Tuesday. I'm in the weird scramble of trying to finish work and get ready for travel. And just keeping an eye on the tropics, making sure my folks in New Orleans and Louisiana are okay. For Francine.
Absolutely.
It doesn't seem to be, knock on wood, I just say it's about a cat 1, cat 2, maybe at the worst, which I just hope everybody's okay. And if the power does go out, it doesn't go out for too long. And I've been in communication with my dad about that. And I just want to read some of his texts real quick. I said, hurricane coming soon. He's like, yes, Cat 1 so far, fun. So he's worried. So no, he'll be fine. But we're good to go, and I cannot wait to. Why are we doing the hand thing again?
My fucking camera.
Oh, his camera. Okay, his camera's not focusing again.
I look like I'm fucking.
And that ruined my
Bigfoot in
focus.
a purple room. Sorry. Looks like Bigfoot's going through our fucking podcast because I'm so blurry. Jesus Christ.
I do kind of love the fact that we are all traveling for this game. Some of us not very far, but we're all traveling.
Oh, I put down for my Southwest flight. I put down that I'm traveling for business.
I mean, you are.
I know. That's why this is a business trip.
Yeah, I mean, technically.
My wife is going to DC. She's leaving Monday 2 hours after I get back. We are just.
Oh, I hope your flight doesn't get delayed.
It should be fine. It's right. Like kid is childcare at the end of the day. We're fine. But like, it's just very funny. The idea of like, oh yes, honey, I'm business. I'm coming back with my suitcase from business in Pittsburgh. Business. You're going to DC. Business. I assume that's how business people talk. I don't fucking know, obviously. Pitt Girl, can you tell me what the fuck happened today at Pitt?
Yes,
Well,
do
the
tell.
thing happened yesterday. The thing happened yesterday.
Yesterday,
but
Jesus Christ,
it was
I'm
yesterday.
so like unstuck from time. Go ahead.
Linear time was a mistake. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, 10 a.m. yesterday, it broke on Twitter / the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette that Pitt has parted ways with 7-year tenured athletic director Heather Lyke, who was, as her name might indicate, fairly broadly liked. Very good at her job from a fan perspective. Football has been not amazing for the most part, but pretty good under her tenure. Basketball sucked real bad, but has gotten better. The volleyball team is amazing. They actually hit number 1 in the volleyball coaches poll for the first time ever after 3 straight Final Fours on Monday. Men's soccer, very good. Women's soccer, very good. Most of those sports were mid to bad when I was in undergrad. So like, this is saying a lot about what she has accomplished in her tenure. Worth also noting that like women's basketball is still garbage, softball and baseball not very good. Like there are other sports at Pitt that could be doing better.
She has a baseball team?
Yes.
I did not know that. Okay.
And softball.
Yeah, I vaguely hear Pitt baseball yelling.
But
yeah,
Pitt
baseball is not
Pitt hurling, great.
Hurling, great. Hurling is a club sport, but yes. So anyway, all of that to say, it was a little bit surprising to see this, but context for folks who are not super in the weeds on Pitt Twitter, and I will try to keep this as brief as possible. I apologize. It seems like this parting of the ways has come in part because it has been no secret that Heather Lyke has been interested in P2 jobs. She was interviewing at Northwestern recently, which like, I don't know that I actually think that's a better job, but you do you. And had also reported interest in Ohio State, Michigan State, various other places. Her contract was about to expire anyway. And the other piece of this, and I think the most salient piece of all of this, is that Pitt has invested a significant chunk of change into a project called Victory Heights, which is going to update and modernize and build new facilities for a bunch of Olympic sports, which is good. We need those. The volleyball team is amazing, and they're still playing in the field house, which is where the basketball team used to play before. Yes, yeah. Which, historic venue, but like it's also old as hell.
Climb
right?
the hill.
Yes. This is also on the hill, just not quite so far up the hill.
It's a historic enough
cost,
venue that like my cousin who went to the Olympics is on the wall in the field house.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, like
send it in
that's
Jerome.
the
That was in the field house.
1920s, friends.
Yeah. So that's going to cost like $300 million. And as of the last time we heard about fundraising for that, we had only raised $12 million.
Okay.
That's not great. The other thing that's not great here is that, and I'm inclined to agree with this analysis from Chris Peak of Panther Lair, Pitt has been a little slower than a lot of schools to really get on the NIL train and to like really start preparing for revenue sharing. And Pitt's not really rolling in money as a like large, medium to large athletic department. In part, I think because Heather Lyke's background's in compliance. And so it was not something that she was willing to like really get ahead on, because that's how you risk getting your hand slapped and all of that. But now it's sort of becoming a problem. So if you take all of those things in combination with each other, I can sort of see why Chancellor Gable, who is new also, may have wanted to make this decision. I don't think we're ever going to know all of the details to this, particularly because of Pitt's relationship with Pennsylvania's open records laws and all of the state-related universities. This is Penn State's fault, actually, that you can't open record requests all the things.
That was the tweet to Matt Brown at Extra Points.
Yes. But all of that to say that as a fan, I think Athletic Director Lake was amazing. I think she did amazing things. I was so proud to be a fan and an alumna of a school that had a female athletic director, because there are so few, particularly because she was so successful. But I do think that based off of the facts available to me as a member of the general public, I do also understand why the decision was made. And now I get to sit here and bite my nails about what the hire is going to look like. So that's fun.
I do want to give you a little context, just because this is a very rough way of measuring these things. The Learfield Cup, which is also the when you add up all the varsity and
the Director's
Cup, yes. And Texas won it this year, of course. Stanford too, things like that. Pitt came in 80th, which puts you in the company of Columbia, which not bad. UC Irvine, which not a football school, but is good at lots of things. Air Force, Gonzaga, James Madison, around there.
Air Force, Army too.
Yes, Army too.
we made that. On last.
Is the editorial position of this podcast?
Air Force does play this week, and I'm sorry, Army 2 does play this week, and maybe they'll get their Air Force status back.
Hey, Beth, you'll be happy to know that West Virginia came in 51st, a little higher than Pitt, but is in the same bracket as Pennsylvania, Georgetown, and SMU. Clearly your academic peers.
Absolutely. Just
all
up
the same.
Here, just buckets of Rhodes Scholars everywhere you look.
Yeah. All that to say, Heather Lake, thank you for everything you did for Pitt. I hope you get a great new job somewhere else.
I gotta stop looking at this list because they have every like D1 team on here, and if I get too in the weeds on this list,
don't get distracted. Stop.
Sorry.
Focus.
Put the tab away.
This
Close
week,
the tab.
I know it's just I don't have to close the tab. It's just gonna leave it there.
But just leave it there. Just leave it away. Tuck it away with the 500 others.
Folks, we really have trouble coming up with a game of the week this week. So this is really just gonna be a discussion. We talked about it in our Discord chat, which you can join for $5 a month, which is a great investment. Trust me, I paid $5 a month for it a long time before I became a owner / member / whatever I am now.
You're also a client? Is that?
I'm also a client. Yes, that is true. Right. And we need to sort of hash this out between the four of us.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one, and we probably won't finalize anything. I want to give a shout out to the newest member of the Discord. Goes by the letters DDW, and introduced himself as a staunch defender of the Rouge, and he's looking for a new college football team. So, again, that is a way to come into the server, and we appreciate this so much. You fit right in. For the game of the week, I'm at a loss here.
So Commish, go down the list. Give me the current top ones we're thinking.
So this is basically what I do, and it's not scientific whatsoever. And it's kind of vibes based. I get the schedule, I look at the schedule, and list all of the FBS versus FBS games, and then in my mind, I just throw out a list of numbers. And I put rankings behind the games, and then we shuffle them throughout the week. And the first iteration I did of this, I put Maryland at Virginia first.
First off, conference game, yes or no? Quick.
No, but it should be.
Feels it like those, doesn't it?
Right. They essentially haven't played since they were in a conference together in football, I believe. I think their last meeting was in 2014.
That would feel correct.
It would have been 2013, I think. I'm pretty sure Maryland's last season in the ACC was 2013 because they were not in the ACC at the same time as Pitt.
Okay. So, yeah, it's been 10 years. Actually, the last game was 9/15/2023 in College Park.
They played last.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that could have been the last year. So, and somebody will correct us underneath the podcast tweet on Thursday. But really, this one, I don't know why I put it number one. I just put it number one for now. And then our guru of acronyms, Danger, in our Discord, I just let the Maryland at Virginia number one stick up there for like a day. Like I threw him up there yesterday, and I haven't really like shuffled anything, but I can't take it off of one for some odd reason. Danger says, the more I think about it, the more I love Maryland versus Virginia at number one. The battle for Chesapeake Bay, the lacrosse supremacy showdown, which part of the DMV has worse traffic and the worst drivers?
By the way, the answer to that is yes.
The answer is fucking Maryland, FYI.
It's Greater Baltimore specifically, I think.
I work in auto claims. It's freaking Baltimore and Maryland. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that.
How many times have you worked with things in Catonsville? I'm gonna bet it's a lot.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. It's spiritually forever will be an ACC basketball game. And then we have the wild card of Anthony Calandria.
I've heard it twice. Hold up. Let's see if Virginia has it on their page. Keep going.
Okay. But that, like, he makes great points, and that kind of what was in my head, but I just couldn't get any words out. I was like, why I put this here? And it feels like these teams should play every single year, but they haven't played for 11. September, Maryland has been wounded by the Spartans.
It's Calandria.
All right.
I just heard him say it.
All right. So September, Maryland has been wounded by the Michigan State Spartans. No longer the invincible September, Maryland. Now you have Calandria on a horse as a cavalier. Is he coming to finish off September, Maryland and make them 1-2?
This game has a Wikipedia page for a football rivalry.
It does.
Does it?
Is there a name?
Does it? Yeah.
No, but it had a trophy called the Tidings Trophy. I dropped it in the chat. It's not a great trophy at all. Don't get excited. It's not a great trophy. It's just a football.
Is that what you get for Christmas?
Old timey, I guess.
So what you get for Christmas when somebody wishes you good tidings?
Basically, it looks like they made a new one every year through like 45. But I assumed like from the war they stopped making them. I don't know.
That's a rugby ball.
Do we think
football.
that the football is hollow, or that this is like a relatively heavy trophy?
It does not feel heavy.
It's like a hollow football? I kind of feel like this may have some weight. Just
Senator William Jardine and Senator Millard Tidings with the Tidings Trophy. Ooh, let's see what Senator Millard Tidings is like.
We're probably going to regret this.
Oh, am I going to regret this?
Maybe.
Controversies. No, he backed the New Deal, but was racist. So he was a.
How far are we going before we find a KKK reference?
Yeah.
He also has a bridge on I-95 named after him.
Okay. Did he go to Maryland, or is this just like he was a senator from Maryland? No, he went to Maryland as well. No, he was a Democrat from Maryland, but he was a Democrat in those times. So, mixed bag. So yeah, this trophy exists, or existed, I guess. This technically is a rivalry game. I don't know, man. This one has some weird vibes to it. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's something I don't know. Like you mentioned in the previous podcast that we have like gut feelings, but I don't know why I put this number one. I don't know.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. I'm persuaded. I think.
I don't know why it's there. It's there though.
There are
because it needs to be there.
Yeah, like there are those moments where it's just like there's just something, and it's hard to articulate, but it's there, and I think that's our situation here.
So next then is a game that I may lean towards is the Bayou Bucket. Listeners, if you don't know, Bayou Bucket is Houston Rice. This game has not been played for as long as you think it is. This is actually a very much newer game. It only started playing when Houston joined the SWC, and that wasn't until like the 70s.
I think it was 76 or 75.
72, I believe. It was.
Yeah, it was mid 70s. I don't know exactly, but because Houston's been in 7 different conferences.
And I will be very clear that Rice did not play Houston for many reasons, including like they were too good for, like, this is very much a this is the public school versus the nice school. I was in Houston on vacation
in July, and I went to go see Rice Stadium, and I was like, wait, Houston's like right there, like on the other, like it's not far away at all. It's like 4 miles away from each other.
If you get up high enough in Rice Stadium, you can see the Houston Stadium. It's not.
I know, it's crazy. I was like,
now,
what? Okay.
Commish, what happened last year in this game?
So last year, Rice got out to a giant lead, like a gigantic lead in the first half. It was, I think they were up like 28-0 at one point.
It might have been more than that. I'm going to double check you. It might have been more than that.
It feels like it was that much. But what happened is Rice went out to this giant lead, didn't score a damn thing in the second half, but then wound up winning the game in double OT. So like the Cougar coaster was in full display by Houston. Now, I one thing right now this year, I don't know what to make of Houston. I don't know. I mean, it's Willie Fritz's third game. They get blown out by UNLV at home, but then
UNLV team who now looks very good. Like,
well, yes.
they look like they're fucking spicy.
Yes, so they look fantastic, and then they go to play Oklahoma and like lose by 4 and like an ultimate slug. No, they lost by 4. It was 16-12. 16-12. It was weird. It was 14-12. Then there was a safety.
There was a safety.
That was essentially a game-winning safety, or like a game-winning.
14 was Northwestern. Was Northern Illinois.
That's right. Yes.
Sorry,
yes. The Oklahoma hit a 2-run dinger in the top of the 9th for insurance runs, and won 16-12 on Houston. But I don't know what to make of Houston. I mean, they've only scored 21 points combined in their first 2 games. They scored 7 against UNLV and 12. I'm sorry, that's 19 points. I'm doing bad math. You got me all confused now. But
7 and 12 is 19.
That's 19.
Yes.
That's right. So they haven't even cracked 20 points on the year. Rice got handled in their first game of the year against North Texas. Or no.
No. It was Sam Houston, sir.
Sam Houston beat them 34-14. That's right. And then they play an FCS team and they win 69-7. Now,
nice.
Very nice, Rice. I don't know either one of these teams what to expect out of this game whatsoever. I have no clue, but it's a rivalry. They're incredibly close to each other, and I just have no idea what's going to happen.
In case you forgot, last year, Rice's quarterback, who threw 28 for 42 for 401 yards, 3 TDs and 1 interception, that was JT Daniels.
Yes, right.
And their leading rusher for 99 yards with receiver with 99 yards, 7 receptions for 2 TDs was Luke McCaffrey. So that was a weirdly stacked Rice team in retrospect.
Well, I mean, Rice has the Detmer winner of last year.
Bowl.
Oh yeah, no, this is like enriched Rice. Yeah,
enriched Rice. Okay, I like that.
You'll get all the vitamins and nutrients you need.
So Rice has the Detmer winner from last year, EJ Warner.
Yes.
So there's that, and I just don't know what Houston's got. But when these two teams get together, I mean, Houston's won like 33 out of the 45 games.
No, like when these two teams get together, Houston wins. That's the story.
So this is anything can happen in Bedlam?
Except last year, which Rice, basically that was kind of almost the final nail in the coffin for Dana. He lost to Rice. You don't, what do they say? You don't lose the food. That's right. So.
But I did laugh real hard.
It was pretty funny.
Okay, so both good options. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I need to feel out another one here. Okay. UMass at Buffalo.
Yeah. Future MAC rivals.
Boy, that's weird to say.
It is fun to say because UMass and Buffalo are the closest teams together in the MAC for each other, essentially. Almost. I think Buffalo may be closer to Akron or Kent, but it's UMass's closest rival in the MAC.
I would like to propose UMass's current games against MAC members and its future membership in the MAC be named UMaction.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh.
Hey, oh, guys, we're gonna get like Tuesday night UMaction pretty soon. That I like that. I'm excited about that.
UMaction is magic.
UMaction is magic. There you go.
It sets such a nice vibe for our Tuesday recording sessions.
Mm.
I really like it. Like with that as sort of the emotional backdrop.
Oh, God. Oh, that's gonna be great.
Just imbibe that.
Oh yeah.
By the way, the last time this game was played was in 2022. They played this in Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I want you to imagine that stadium filled up for Buffalo UMass.
Why?
Because that's back when they had
McGurk is so cute.
That was back when they had to cut the deal where they had, because they were building McGurk or fixing it, they had to play like half their games at Foxborough, and this was one of them.
I need to finish my I was making a McGurk a la Dr. Seuss thing at one point, and then I got distracted. I need to get back to that.
According to Parker at Stats of War on Twitter, Commish, they released their previews. Wow, is that the lowest? I can't see any of the actual numbers there. Oh no, there it is. It's just my computer was slow.
Yeah.
Tabs.
If you guys,
it couldn't possibly be because of the number of tabs you have. Yeah.
Tabs slowing it down.
If y'all don't know, Parker at Stats of War, what's the website now that he puts them on? Is it College Football?
Sorry.
No, it's my
yeah, I'm scrolling through his Twitter looking for the link. Collegefootballinsiders.com.
Collegefootballinsiders.com is where Parker is now posting a lot of his previews, including his great head-to-head matchups where he looks at a lot of the advanced stats and gives them to you sort of just boom, 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 boom. Blue means good, red means bad in terms of overall for these things.
Mm-hmm.
And both these teams have a lot of red. UMass, less so than I thought, but UMass also, they've played who so far? How do I not remember this?
So UMass,
Eastern Michigan. UMass played Eastern Michigan
and Toledo. So they lost to both. So this is their third straight future MAC game. Future UMass.
Right. They're playing half a MAC schedule and half an SEC schedule. That's right.
Essentially, they play
what choice that is?
Oh, Pitt Girl. They besides the UConn game at the end, they finish at Georgia, they finish at Mississippi State, and they're hosting Missouri.
Oh, I know they're
the
hosting
half MAC,
Mizzou.
half SEC is my favorite half pipe trick.
Is that an Arnold Palmer?
Yeah, this feels like some sort of cursed beer cocktail.
I feel like it's more like a Davis Love III, but
oh God, they play Central Connecticut State too, who's been proven lately to not be that bad.
No, they had a safety last week, and they handled Fordham, which Fordham is kind of fallen.
Oh, hashtag sad Ramley, Jesus Christ.
Sad Ramley, but they lost coordinators and it was players. It was just a matter of time.
Yeah, they were in the export business this time.
How about the Shula Bowl? FIU at FAU. This 15 years ago would have been like a bottom of the Sun Belt rivalry. But we've come a long, long way, baby. FAU, who absolutely had it taken to themselves by Army, including the fake field goal option toss, my favorite one from last week.
Mm-hmm.
And FIU, who fired up the chips at home.
Yeah, they roasted the chips.
This is in Boca.
Mm-hmm.
But I this one just doesn't grab me as much this year, and I can't tell you why.
So FIU is 0-2. They scored 10 points against Michigan State. They scored 7 points against Army.
How many did Army score on them?
24.
Yeah.
But that felt like 48. The way Army was just holding the ball.
Is it that it's away from the comforting embrace of Pitbull Stadium?
Yeah. If this was at Pitbull Stadium, I feel like this would be higher. If Dale was in the end zones.
God, I hope that
I
at
feel
the end
like
of
this
the
would be higher.
season, FIU is 6-0 at home, and they score like their scoring margin at home is like 40 higher than away. I need to know that Pitbull Stadium gave them energy.
FIU hits 305 at
Yes!
some point.
Oh,
during
that'd
the
be
season.
so good.
I hope Pitbull Stadium becomes their Coors Field.
Yes.
They just did nothing but dingers in Pitbull Stadium. That's it. It's their Coors
Pitbull
Field.
has made the air ever so slightly thinner,
That's right.
even though it's at sea level.
I'm about to say, isn't it like thicker air down there? I don't know how this works.
Yes, that is how physics works.
Sorry. He's bringing all that air from worldwide, making it thinner. So I don't know if this works at all.
Other options here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we have so far. Duke at UConn. God damn it, my camera.
It's UConn at Duke.
UConn at Duke. My bad. UConn
Yes.
at Duke.
DUCONN.
DUCONN.
Isn't that the
DUCONN.
Pokemon that looks like a seal?
That's Dugong.
Okay, sorry, never mind.
And it's the evolution of the one that looks like a seal.
One
whose
called
name is
Seal, the worst one. Yeah. That's why Round Boy Spiel took over.
I mean, a dugong is also a thing.
okay,
Like, it's
so
a
yeah.
manatee looking thing.
I love how like Pokemon games back in the day were just one dude translating. It's great. Yeah, like this game feels like fun. This is a basketball game.
It is.
Right? Like if this were a basketball game, this would be game day.
Mm-hmm.
In football, I am less. Now, UConn did put up massive numbers on Mercyhurst.
Merrimack.
Merrimack, same thing.
That's right. I am
Sorry,
monitoring the
sorry,
case
NECs / Yankee Conference.
Jordan says the NAC means nothing, actually.
Oh,
No, I love
how
my NEC.
dare
You
you.
know that.
How dare you?
Dugong's stupid fucking smile. I hate Dugong. And you can only get him in fucking what's the cave on the bottom route? The one that no one goes to because you have to get Articuno down there. Fucking is that a Shoal Cave? It's something else.
Yeah, it's
way out of the way. God damn it! I fucking hate.
I don't know. I caught it at the Penn State Altoona campus once.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Like this is fine. This one doesn't draw me in. Manny Diaz 3-0. Manny Diaz maybe.
Man.
Sure. Wouldn't it be funny if he did I guess he's not really. I'm getting him mixed up with Mario Cristobal. Everybody's been at Miami. Damn it.
So did Miami. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody did summer abroad in Miami.
You remember when they had something called Semester at Sea when people would just like
They still have
do?
that.
Still have it,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
still just put horny college kids on a boat and hope they learn something.
Yeah, get in, losers.
That's
You're getting on a
bullshit
cruise
idea
ship for the
I've
next
ever heard.
6 months of your life.
I hope there's hand sanitizer on every fucking corner.
I mean, I would be more concerned about other
Just
things.
anything. I hope that you can just spray the cabins down with just like a power hose. God, please.
Yeah.
Hi, Podcat. How are you?
No
okay,
comment.
So Indiana at UCLA, a conference game. How are we doing about this?
Ah,
I just love it for the fact that this is Indiana's first trip to the Rose Bowl since 1968.
wait. Did the Big Ten do this so that everybody would have a chance to go to the Rose Bowl?
Hope so.
You know, maybe
Congratulations, Purdue.
Maybe that's
it's
how
your
they-
chance.
Hey, Big Ten, you expanded because of woke.
And then Arizona leaves the fucking Pac-12, breaks up, and they'll never get to a Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
The Arizona's just never going to get there now.
Everybody gets a trophy except Arizona.
I mean, Big Ten does feel like the most participation trophy ass conference.
They do have a lot of trophies.
They do.
Mhm.
Everyone.
It's like more than most conferences.
Anything can be a trophy if you try.
I think we've proven that by going through some of those weird ass trophies.
Mhm.
I mean, we
Did
just
we-
went through one.
Which one? The bucket? Oh yeah, there's a bucket.
The tidings.
Oh yes, the
Yes,
Titans
the
trophy.
one that's just a shiny football.
Oh, they're talking about the Bayou Bucket, which is a bucket.
It is a bucket.
This one, like Indiana UCLA, is just like it feels weird, but
This feels like a bowl game, like a shitty bowl game. No offense, Indiana and UCLA. I love you. But like this feels like the Cherry de Bundy Tart Cherry Bitcoin.com
yeah,
bowl.
like
And it's in the Trop.
maybe this is like the Birmingham Bowl, whatever they're calling that now.
Yeah.
Like no one's happy to
Don't
be at
mind
this.
me. I'm just having war flashbacks.
It's your
Did you see
spiritual
it? Did you see
home.
that someone posted it that Pitt was projected to be in that fucking bowl game again?
Yes, and we're all having war flashbacks.
We're sending Pitt Girl to Birmingham.
No, not again. I can't go back.
You can't make me. I refuse.
The statute of limitations has to be almost run.
It's been,
You can go get
it's been about 10 years, right?
Indiana scored a bajillion points last week. Don't ask who they played. It is not important.
It was Illinois, the Western variety.
It was in Illinois. It was in Illinois. Yes.
It was a school in Illinois.
Mhm.
You never heard of him. It's my
Several
Canadian
of which are
girlfriend.
in the Big Ten, so it's a conference game.
Someone called them the Bulldogs repeatedly, and that really frustrates me. Those are the fucking leathernecks. Let's get it right here, people.
Yeah, man, come on, show some respect.
Most of it, I did have someone, because someone else, one of my mutuals, mistook our beloved Northern Illinois Huskies for the Southern Illinois Halushkis. That's not a mascot.
Haluki.
It should be.
The Halukis.
It should be a mascot.
The Halusis.
I have a new
hallucinations.
smoked dog for you people.
We're going to back up a second after I finish this thought. For the Southern Illinois Salukis, it is worth noting that several of the Illinois mascots are very good dogs. Also, Commish and Jordan, do you know what Halushki is?
No,
No,
what
I
is
don't.
Halushki?
Oh my goodness.
Beth, would you care to explain Halushki for the
I'm
listener?
going to look up the official definition. It is usually it's bacon, noodles, and cabbage. Usually egg noodles. I can't usually have
Egg
it.
noodles
And
and lots of butter.
yeah, there's also halupki. Yeah, halushki is. This is a very common thing. Like it's hard to find a large gathering or a wedding that does not have that.
Is this served warm or cold?
Warm.
Oh, this looks like.
Oh no,
like
it's excellent. Like it's
Pennsylvania
very good.
carbonara, like Pennsylvania carbonara, but done wrong.
You could call it Polish carbonara. I never would have thought to call it that, but you're not wrong.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
okay.
going to mention that, and all of my Polish friends are going to jump on me.
You need some instead of bacon. You need some guanciale.
So this is like the traditional accompaniment to pierogies.
Okay.
You
Okay.
usually see like kibasi, halushki, and pierogies, and sometimes halupki too.
My wife's family is Polish, and I've never seen this before. And I feel like I'm going to show up. And, well, no, that's because they're like fancy Polish, so they probably never eat.
Halupki is stuffed cabbage, is like pigs in a blanket. A lot of
Okay.
Pennsylvanians call it.
I dig. Okay, other games. If none of those are, I mean, where are we at so far? What games are like itchy, like are getting you the most so far, folks?
You know, I actually like. I think I am sold on Maryland at Virginia,
Okay.
and it's on ACC Network. We forgot to mention that
Oh,
it's on
shit.
ACC Network.
That was something that I
That's
didn't
strong.
include the network because I'm trying to give you just the game and then a little bit more details, and it's a night game.
It is
Prime time, ACC Network. So
Maryland After Dark.
Jordan, hit the like sexy button.
Oh
There we
yeah, we're gonna take you back to the old bay.
It's College Park. It's not sexy. That's like the least sexy part of the DC area.
Except it's
Are
not a
there
college
any
park.
sexy parts of Maryland?
It's in Virginia, which means you get to take your crabs on the road.
Mm.
Oh, it is in Virginia. You're right. It's in Charlottesville.
Yep.
Okay. Charlottesville's a sexy city.
Extremely sexy.
Hmm?
Thomas Jefferson's grave, so sexy.
Mm. No,
Wow.
Don't.
You know
Don't.
what? I didn't say something. I had a story.
no, I saw the eyebrows go up.
We
And
all
I
saw
was
the thought process
I had
happening.
to say no.
I had a story and I stopped. Be proud of me.
Proud of you.
No.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Don't do it.
I'll send it to you in the group text later on.
Okay.
You can take it up with HR.
Surprisingly, people listen to this podcast. So
Kennesaw State at San Jose State. This is
Hey,
Ken
Jordan,
Niamoto.
Jordan,
Yeah.
conference game or not a conference game?
Hold up. No, this is not conference. Because this is
Wanted to make sure.
I constantly fuck up where Kennesaw State is.
Yeah.
They are not in the American. They are in or Sunbelt. They are in Conference USA.
You messed it up again. Like you just said, I constantly mess it up.
I
And you
know.
did.
They do feel like they should be in the Fun Belt, though.
They do. They absolutely do. And if I had my druthers, which is a word that people my age say, I would assume that eventually they end up in the Sun Belt at some point. When
Jordan, are you 75?
Yeah, when Marshall ends up jumping for another conference, because Marshall's at least, yeah, my druthers.
Druthers? Why you having a Werther's original? I mean, what is that word, man? I thought I was the oldest one of the podcast.
I was at Target.
I say this, but I'm a hill jack.
I was at Target and I saw that they sold individual 3-packs of Werther's, and I almost got some because I do like Werther's.
Oh, you are 75. Okay.
I am.
How do you feel about whorehound candy? Don't worry, you'll get there.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm so excited. Kim Niamatololo gets another option team. They took care of Army just fine. And I have
Army 2.
Army 2, my bad. Army 2. This time we got wings. And
this time it's personal.
Army 2, the flying one.
Army 2 with wings for ladies. Is that what wings are for?
Yep, that's what wings are for. Absolutely. Nailed
Army
it.
2. For Army 2.
Wow. Yes. That's why ladies be flying everywhere. Okay.
Well, they walk so fast.
That's it. Aerodynamics. There's lift physics involved.
All right. Hey, Arthur's here.
Arguing on the internet physics.
The mental image I have right now.
This is definitely not going to be the video.
Watch me.
No, I would not want to ask Hector to animate that.
He would enjoy it, but he'd probably be like, no, it'll be the first video he sent back.
Can I sell you guys on a game that I think might be in my top 5?
Okay.
North Texas at Texas Tech.
Right.
This is a former border conference game, I believe. This is no, North Texas was never in the border conference. Never mind. But these teams have not played, I believe, in 20 years, if not more, maybe 30 at this point. And they are relatively close together. I mean, for Texas distances, Lubbock to Denton is only 6 hours, I think.
For Lubbock, it's relatively close to Lubbock. I'll say that. The closest school to Lubbock is West Texas A&M in Canyon.
Sorry, this is only 4.5 hours.
Like
so
4.
that's
so
really
it's
close.
about the same distance as TCU in Texas Tech. Yeah. So this, man, I love that both of these quarterbacks that we have in this game are in our top 3 Detmer quarterbacks. I love that. I know Texas Tech is banged up.
Yes,
and the only thing that I have the hesitancy from is when we named Cal at North Texas the game of the week in week 1 last year. And Cal just the first half was fun, and then Cal just blew him out in the second half, and that wasn't as fun, I guess.
I went to that game. It was a lot of fun the whole time.
You were there. You enjoyed it. Again, then I'm like, okay, does Texas Tech have enough to does North Texas have enough to hang with Texas Tech? And I'm like, oh, well, Abilene Christian just hung with Texas Tech. And then the Texas Tech had 4 turnovers against Wazoo plus 4 turnovers on downs.
See, this one to me. So I'm with you here because it's either going to be real close and real stupid, or Tech is just going to cakewalk North Texas. And if that's the case, I feel bad about it. In that case, it's a bad choice. But if it's not, I don't know.
The analytics have Texas Tech still winning big, but I don't know for sure. I'm not 100% sure on this one. This one I'm kind of wavering. I want to throw another one up high, which was lower than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Can we drop in 100 miles of hate?
Yeah.
I did make that graphic. Western Kentucky at Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee, had a comeback victory over an FCS team. Western Kentucky shut out an FCS team and got shut out by Alabama. And then the redness of Parker's preview of this one, everybody's red.
They're both not having great years, y'all.
They're all red. The spread is projected to be 4 points. They're both in Conference USA. It's a conference rivalry. It's
They played this 73 times. Western Kentucky leads the series 37-35-1, so it's about a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
Oh,
This one's good. I like this one. I feel like it's top 10, maybe top 5. I mean, TJ Finley, not necessarily lighting the world on fire as of yet as the Western Kentucky quarterback. I mean, again, they played Alabama and then they played Eastern Kentucky. Then on the road against Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee struggled with Tennessee Tech, had to come back and do that. And then Middle Tennessee just got handled pretty bad by, I think, Ole Miss last week.
That feels correct.
52-3. So both teams got wins over FCS teams and got killed by P5. I'm sorry, like power SEC teams with teams the chance to win the SEC. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what either team has. And again, this is week 3 and it's tough to figure out.
This game is in Murfreesboro, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And Middle Tennessee has won 1 game out of the last 9 or so. So are they due big at home is the question.
So it's a new coach, Derek Mason, first 100 miles of hate for Derek Mason. I just want to throw in the ESPN projector on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
50-50, basically. Coin flip.
Yeah.
So I had a coin flip on here, by the way, but I tried it and it almost blew out my headphones because it was so loud. So I pulled it. The chance to edit it, so I'm going to use a different sound.
Okay.
The coin flip was so fucking loud, y'all.
It's
what if you
roots.
flipped an actual coin?
I don't know if you could hear that, but I don't have a coin with me.
Who has
coins on themselves?
Who has coins?
Let me get my purse.
Oh, Beth going.
Beth probably has coins somewhere.
Wait, hang on. I gotta unmute. Okay, here we go.
Okay, that
We'll
works.
see if that picked up.
Okay, I heard it.
That was
I
beautiful.
heard it.
We heard it.
Yeah, there we go.
You and Beth?
It was heads, by the way, just for the record.
What's the other side? Beth flips her coin.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna like.
Oh, he let it hit the table.
Okay.
Dragon let it hit the table.
It made a very satisfying ding.
Oh, got a little.
Yeah, like
okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm with you here. This might move up a little bit. Let's do ad reads and we'll get back.
Yeah.
As always, check out our link tree on our Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky profile for various discounts. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Sickos Committee, where for $5 a month, you can join our Discord, get access to our weekly rankings debates like we're doing right now, live chat and holler during the season, see the inner workings on game days. You get to join our research if you'd like, help us figure out what to look up next and participate in it. Or if you have suggestions about podcast segments, feel free to give those as well. You also get access to different podcasts that are behind the paywall, including Commish's Corner, Yes, Rah, 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 Yes, and the Prairie View Chronicles. We have our merch store, sickoscommittee.org, where we're adding stuff all the time. I have one coming up that I'm still working on that I think would be good for, let's just say, October, November this year.
Yeah.
We have our YouTube channel, subscribe to it. Our Instagram, subscribe to it. Our Twitch stream, subscribe to it. Our Substack, where we're doing our Sickos Stats Summary and weekly Sickos Awards when we get our data correct. ESPN. The worst part, Commish, is that the reason that you can't just pull it from every single individual team who does their own stuff, which would probably be the best way to do it, is that everyone records their data slightly differently and there's no way to standardize it. It would be such a giant pain in the ass. It's just not worth it.
Okay, so that's our duty now. My ultimate goal now is to have a Sickos Committee app that is similar to Foot Mob, where it has all the levels of professional soccer, no matter what the league is, and we just do that for college football.
But it's also Grindr. We've talked about this.
It always comes back to feet. Why does it always come back to feet?
Beth, do you think that what's going on Grindr is about feet?
Well, no, he said the Foot app.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I said no. It's
Foot Mob is the name of the app.
Foot Mob is the name of the app. It's FOT, as in football. Yeah, mob. Yeah. Oh,
but you can also put your feet on Sickos Grindr. It's fine too.
No, we're not doing that. No.
I mean, I'm not. Someone can though.
No, you want Sickos Grinder, just go to Grinder. Like, sorry, I'm just saying. Like, I'm not judging anyone or anything, but like,
no, but because you don't have tech mind, Arthur. We're going to be disruptive in the area. We're going to go in and we're going to disrupt Grinder's ecosystem. And if you will just donate to our alpha level fundraising, we will put out our app.
Can we name the podcast title Disruptive in the Area?
Yeah.
As long as we don't mention Grinder.
I'm not in the title, but
Shout out.
Just disruptive in the area.
Shout out to message board. Not with those eyebrows. No, ma'am. Not with those eyebrows.
Disruptive in the area near you.
We have a concept of a plan for Sickos Grinder.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go to places we refuse to go. And oh man, they are working extra hard this season. I saw someone go into the politics board of the A&M website. And let me tell you all, that's a spicy meatball. And lastly, Home Field Apparel for the softest, comfiest, vintage cleavage apparel from all your favorite schools and some that you didn't even know existed, but you'll learn.
That's right.
Let's see here. What are we wearing tonight, folks? I have an old school Shutdown Fullcast shirt on. I see West Virginia. I see the University of Idaho. Yep. And folks, as always, right now we have our special Sickos Hat Showcase hitting those consonants real hard, where you can get 25% off some amazing hats each week, including this week, the Bayou Bucket Rice versus Houston. One of my favorite Sammy the Owl looks from that Rice hat. I really do like it a lot. It's great.
All Bayou Bucket hats should be a bucket hat.
I mean, true.
Also, Home Field, the Sammy the Owl hat is great, but I need a hat with 2 hat Sammy on it. And we got hat.
Hat. It's a hat on a hat on a hat.
Hat, yes.
You want to get a hat on a hat on a hat and be
3 hats.
And be disruptive in the area.
We still have hats for Florida State, Georgia Tech, Penn State, West Virginia, Iowa, and Iowa State. And yes, now we added Rice and Houston. Use offer code yes for 25% off those hats specifically, even if you've never used Home Field before. If you're buying something,
but also if you have,
yes,
yeah,
anyone can use it.
I mean, I'm in a issue right now. I have I need to figure out new storage for hats because I've just accumulated too many hats. And I just saw when this podcast drops, these will have dropped as well from Home Field Apparel. Corduroy hats.
Oh,
they're bringing them out for a bunch of schools.
Oh,
and I'm just looking at my hat storage man, I'm gonna have to find a way to make room. Obviously,
do we know if there's a 2-lane one?
I don't know.
ULM is still not on Home Field.
Listen, we will know by the time this podcast drops.
Thursday.
By the time the listeners are hearing this, we will know.
Yeah. Okay.
Go look.
Do you think we're gonna get teal on Home Field or ULM on Home Field first?
Teal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, come in.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug, ignored a leaky faucet, pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look like that? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects. But there's an easier way. Thumbtack is the app that makes it easier to care for your home. Pull out your phone and in just a few taps, search, chat, and book highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Download Thumbtack and start caring for your home the easier way.
Okay, it's time to commit. 2024 is the year for prioritizing yourself. Begin your new smile journey with Byte, and you could start seeing results in just 2 to 3 weeks. Just order your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95 at Byte.com. Byte Clear aligners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces. Plus, they offer financing options, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
Oh, breaking D3 conference of realignment news. Carnegie Mellon Tartans are leaving the president's athletic conference for the centennial.
We scared them off.
Yeah, that 56-0 loss fucking scared them. They're like, well, I don't want any of this teal.
I don't want any of this teal. We're
moving. So the Carnegie Mellon Tartans are moving on. Tier. The Centennial is one of the good conferences, I think. I think they're one of the good D3 conferences, yeah. Not that the pack is not, Beth. Calm yourself, slow your roll. By the way, I loved that when everyone was like, when Edinburgh beat, who did Edinburgh beat?
Robert Morris.
And everyone was
Booby Mo.
Everyone was like, oh, Western PA lost. And you guys were like, Edinburgh's in Western PA too, baby. This is a Western PA party.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Beth,
I-79 corridor throwdown.
Is Loretto still extant after the big St. Francis win?
I checked with some friends up there. They say the town is still there. I plan to go up tomorrow and verify. Because Commish is encouraging us to trust but verify.
Yes. Definitely. Because, again, we can't trust the ESPN data. We can't trust people saying that Loretto is still there after their big win over Kent State. Because, that town could be gone in a flash after Flashdance.
Did you guys see who Kent State's
Sickos Committee, the home of editorial integrity.
Did you see who Kent State's playing this week, guys?
Tennessee.
Yeah.
It is.
Good old Rocket Top.
I think tomorrow you need to post the Ride to Hell graphic for Kent State because, again, I know you did it in August, but they're riding hell.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, so the question...
I'm very concerned that they're going to go 0-4.
Guys, do I have to... They're going to go 0-12.
You never know.
We'll see.
Anything can happen.
It would be very funny if they Bowling Greened Penn State next week.
There's some action. Yeah.
I feel like we need to come up with a map that's the Ride to Hell, and it's like you are here on the way to hell.
Okay.
Oh, like the Brian Ferentz-meter, but the other way.
Yeah, I was thinking also like something like Lord of the Rings, like you're headed to Mordor.
Oh, like an Indiana Jones map. Okay, yeah, I get that. Okay. This game isn't really eligible for our game of the week, but I guess we should talk about it. It's this little game between Western Virginia and the University of Pennsylvania at Pittsburgh, I believe. Never heard of these schools.
Yeah, I don't know.
Penn State Pittsburgh, I believe it's called.
Are you down with the UPP? Yeah, you know me.
Penn State Pitt, the branch campus.
Oh my God.
Be careful. Pitt Girl may stab you.
In person. That's
no.
In person.
I think my brain just shut off and had to reboot for a second.
Besides, I'm the knife one.
No, Jordan is definitely disruptive in Pitt Girl's brain right now.
In this area.
Over there.
Yeah, I feel disrupted.
Yeah, it's very disruptive.
We were talking about this a little bit before we started recording. This game has the potential to be incredibly stupid.
This game's going to be so stupid.
It has the potential to be incredibly stupid. As for Sickos game of the week, I feel like it's one of the known commodities in all the games this week because there's only 2 games with 2 ranked teams this week, which is Missouri at BC, I think. and Arizona
for game of the week.
And Arizona at Kent State. So 2022 Missouri at BC was game of the week with us, but now it's a ranked matchup. So you can get out of the Sickos Committee doom, I guess, if you want to call it doom, but off our radar, I'll say that. But yeah, so this is basically kind of like the third.
Wait, Arizona's playing who?
Kansas State.
Oh, you said Penn State, and I was
very I said Kansas State.
Okay, I'm just hearing it wrong then. My bad.
Yeah, you're hearing it wrong.
I also thought you said Penn State.
Okay, it's Kansas State. No, it's Kansas State.
Arthur, run it back right here.
Right. On the replay, it's probably me not enough.
I believe that Arizona are going to Penn State. See, he said it.
Jacques Hughes.
Arizona heading all up to Manhattan.
No, they're going to State College. See, he said it, man. I can hear his voice.
Valet Joyeux. We already established
Valet Joyeux,
this.
yeah.
That's right.
Hey,
My
Beth,
mama said
why-
that alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
I'm not going to ask you why West Virginia is going to win. Beth, why is West Virginia going to lose this game?
Because I can't come up with a really great reason why they should win it, and that usually means they go down in the brawl.
Is your quarterback going to be your lead blocker again? Because that might be the reason they lose it.
I have a feeling that is like our whole strategy. I think we've built the boat out of this, and I'm very concerned about it. Actually, the real reason why West Virginia may very well lose this game is that we probably lost our two best defensive linemen in the game last week to injuries, and like it is a big problem. I don't know if they're still out or not, but like they were both big dinged up, and that's going to be a serious problem. But sorry, that's more football-y than I usually get on this podcast.
Pitt Girl, why is Pitt going to lose this game?
So I've been looking at Parker's statistics, and I am not a smart cookie, but there's a lot of blue for Pitt, and there is a lot of red for West Virginia, and yet Parker still says West Virginia -7.
Okay.
So
there we go.
Who knows?
So I want to make a little confession here, right?
Oh, these are my confessions.
Hold up. Forgive me, Jordan, for I have sinned. Keep going.
I don't actually know how that all
You're
works.
HR and a priest now.
Yeah,
but
that feels like a conflict of interest.
Not when you're a Catholic institution like the Sickos Committee, apparently.
Oh my God.
Noted Catholic institution. Hold up, I have a cross on the wall somewhere. Nope, I don't actually. Never mind.
Okay.
It'd be really funny if I did.
We'll just tack that onto the Ireland thing from last week.
These are
but okay. Anyway, back to talking about Pitt, West Virginia. So, like, I started school at Pitt in 2014. I didn't really follow them that closely beforehand, and I graduated in 2018. So I never saw a Backyard Brawl as a student in football. And, like, honestly, when it comes to West Virginia as a football team, like, I totally understand Pitt fans that are like, oh, okay, like, this is our big rival, like, we hate them. But, like, for me personally, it's just, like, I've never had any of that, right? Like, again, never played them as a student. I also don't have, like, West Virginia coworkers or, like, any sort of thing like that. Like, West Virginia, there are teams I have to hear about, right? Like, when they do things, West Virginia is not one of those teams. So, like, honestly, I'm just saying, like, I feel like I don't have the right level of, like, hatred for West Virginia. Like, I respect the hell out of this game. I'm glad it's being played. But, like, for me personally, I'm just, like, kind of cool with West Virginia. Like, you know, it just seems like kind of weird what they've been doing in the Big 12, playing all those teams way far away. And, you know, it's just like, yeah, like they're just doing their thing. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just don't have the same level of, I guess, investment in the rivalry or like hatred that a lot of people have here.
Yeah, I mean, I will agree with that. I'm a year older than Arthur, but I also did not see a brawl while I was a student. I think this rivalry is so, like, I actually fucking hate Penn State, as listeners of this podcast know. Hating West Virginia is fun. It's fun. It's just like a fun, like, thing to do. As opposed to the, like, deep, actual, visceral hatred that I feel for the entity in State College. I don't know how that makes you feel, Beth.
I mean, I'm from a different, like, football generation than you are, and, like, so West Virginia's two big rivals when I was growing up were Pitt and Penn State, and they stopped playing Penn State when I was in 3rd grade. But they kept playing Pitt, and if you didn't go through some of that, and I didn't go through the 70s and the 80s when this rivalry was probably at its peak in terms of both teams' ability to just kidney punch the other team out of existence. Like, 2007 notwithstanding,
that's a big asterisk.
It is, but there are plenty of big asterisks in this game. Like, you know, I've heard my dad talk about the game where, like, West Virginia was leading by a ton at the half, and, like, Pitt has the big comeback and all of that stuff. But when I've watched these games, it's a wild atmosphere. I've been to every brawl except one. You'll never guess which one. And these are two teams. What makes it interesting is how much these two teams are really in each other's space. The games in Pittsburgh tend to be pretty darn close to 50-50, and it's always been that way in my lifetime. Even when Pitt had the on-campus stadium, you get a ton of West Virginia fans because a lot of folks move out of West Virginia to go get jobs in Pittsburgh. So like they're there, and it's a very different atmosphere because of that. But I have watched those two schools just ruin each other's seasons many times. And like when I hear you and Arthur talk about that, mostly I'm just sad that you didn't get to experience that level of it, because you guys really like, and I could say the same thing for West Virginia. Like, we do not have a rivalry that has taken the place of that in football. Like, and I know you guys don't either. Like,
we have Syracuse.
Yeah, we got one. I got one real rivalry home game in my entire undergrad. Like maybe 1.5 if you count the 2013 Notre Dame game. But like it's not the same.
No, it's definitely not the same. Like, and like it's one of those things that like just makes like realignment sucks for that. I'm glad that this game is being played. I'm grouchy that this game is going off the schedule again for a bit, but I'm glad that it will come back.
Probably. Asterisk pending Pitt's new athletic department's decisions, because that's or athletic director's decision, because that's a thing. Anyway, reject modernity, return to Big East.
Yes.
I need you guys to visualize something here, because I think I've come up with something funny. West Virginia and Pitt is this week, and that's it's going to be a big slobber knocker, probably weird game. Next week, Youngstown State comes to Pitt. A real feisty Penguin team comes to Pitt.
You thinking like it's like a letdown look ahead problem?
Oh, we already did this. We're not.
Reject modernity. Return to losing to the Penguins.
That lady penguin with her lipstick on, that lady penguin with her lipstick just standing there waving at you guys from the sideline.
Look, I will say it's been a long time since people have seen a team called the Penguins win a big game in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Yes.
I'm just glad that like West Virginia is in no danger leaving this game and going into next week. Everything should be totally fine.
I want to say something about Youngstown State. They played 2 Pittsburgh-based schools in back-to-back weeks. They played DUCONN.
Like DUCONN, yeah.
This week, and then next week it's Pitt. So
and they beat DUCONN.
Huh?
They beat UT, correct?
No, they played them this week.
Yeah, okay. That is in the now.
They should probably beat DUCONN. They lost to Villanova. They lost to Villanova, but they beat Valpo.
Villanova, that's the one. Yeah, but Villanova, a very good Villanova team, like a solid FCS Villanova team.
Yeah, they were a top 8 seed last year. So,
stray thought. I'm just gonna say it, and then we can move on.
Yeah.
Champaign Villanova.
Do you? No, I'm sorry.
Champaign Villanova.
Like Champaign Villanova.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sorry. There we go.
Yeah.
Or
the Chapel Run song, but you probably don't know that one.
Anyway, here's Wonderball. Next game. Colorado at Colorado State. This one's in Fort Collins.
Yeah, no. I have no clue what this is. I don't think Colorado can fuck around bad enough to lose this one.
I don't know, man. There's been a lot of fucking around.
I'm curious what Parker thinks about this one. So let's find out what Parker thinks about this one, shall we?
I know Colorado's banged up after the Nebraska game. Like there's a couple of players that are starters that are out. Which I mean,
is that going to look any different?
That's kind of a big deal for Colorado. Like if your starters are out, I don't know what type of depth they have. And then Colorado State. They won last week. They beat, I think, an FCS team.
Northern Colorado, I believe.
Northern Colorado, who was winless last year, 38-17. I tagged Roger Sherman in that one so he could do the Fetty Wap thing. But
the 2 Colorado State data points we have so far are a loss to probably playoff Texas by a lot.
Yeah.
And a win over winless Northern Colorado by a lot. Like these are not two data points. I mean, they are, but that trend line is a fake one.
So Northern Colorado, who plays in Nottingham Field, which is great. I like to mention that every single time. It's named after a person. It's not related to Robin Hood, which I wanted to though.
The sheriff of Nottingham is a person, dude.
But it was a real Northern Colorado alum, not the sheriff of Nottingham.
Wait, I'm sorry. Where did the sheriff of Nottingham go to school? You don't fucking know.
Robin Hood took place in Greeley, Colorado. Okay, I got it.
Okay, done.
They're done. Yeah,
gotta be
totally.
That. That would really, that would
paid a lot more attention during that movie.
Kevin Costner's accent's a lot less offensive if you think it takes place in Colorado.
True.
It's a lot less shitty.
Pitt Girl, at one point there was an old Robin Hood movie that had Kevin Costner in it.
Everything I do,
yes.
I do it for you.
Yes.
Yeah,
I know this one.
You will find.
No, that's right. Brian Adams references.
I've never seen the Kevin Costner movie, but the Mel Brooks movie references it numerous times. So like I'm generally aware of it.
The Mel Brooks movie is a better telling of the Robin Hood story.
I love that one.
Probably the best telling of the Robin Hood story ever put to film.
For I went, right?
My grand
yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Men in Tights.
Men in Tights. Sorry, that's awesome.
My grandfather took me to go see Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves in theaters. I was 7, and I thought I was going to see the animated Fox movie, and I was upset.
There have been some bad Robin Hood. Like they had a new one like 10 years ago not even 10 years ago. It was like with I want to say like Jamie Foxx was in it. It was not good.
Also, Sheriff of Nottingham, great fucking board game, by the way.
Awesome.
So I did look up Parker's numbers for the Colorado State game. There is a a lot of red on both sides on this one.
Big time.
And somehow the metrics say Colorado -12. I don't think so. I really, really don't think so.
That's
that's too many.
I don't think this has the juices last year for a lot of reasons.
I mean, Colorado State still has their quarterback. They still have their awesome wide receiver. I don't think they have their awesome tight end. Still, I think he got drafted last year. But
some of the juice last year, the game itself was still very good. This is not a knock on the game itself. But some of the juice last year was also the Dion hype cycle, and that hype cycle is dead already. So,
and this is in Fort Collins. There's no game day this year. There's no big noon.
Oh, that was game day. Jesus Christ, what were we doing?
It was. That's right.
What the fuck were we doing?
And I got back from the brawl in Morgantown, I think. Mm-hmm. It might have been the Cincinnati game. That was 2 weeks in a row, and I don't remember anymore. But I got back from a Pitt game, which they lost in depressing fashion, and then just like sort of stared at Colorado State, and I was like, what is this? I didn't know this many points were legal.
Now, here is a game that I am skipping because I love you people so much. Because if the brawl weren't this weekend, I was going to be in Huntsville, Texas for Hawaiian Sam Houston.
That's very fair.
I skipped that game for y'all. So know that that's how much I care about you.
I mean, you could still change your plans last minute.
Yeah, you could.
No, because if I do that, Beth might actually stab me next time she sees me.
Yes.
Beth, like seriously, I might end up with like a knife in my side. And I trust her to do that. So anyways, this is a great, like Hawaii, Sam Houston. I don't need to sell you on this. This is a fucking Sickos Committee helmet game right here, baby.
This needs that. Yeah, this is the Sickos Committee helmet game of the week.
Oh yeah.
That's it. The orange Sam Houston helmet and the Hawaii, like give me the Hawaii with the islands on one side and the classic H on the other. Yeah.
I like the UH with the rainbow.
Can we get I feel like this game, I don't even know if they've ever played before, but I feel like this game needs a trophy.
There's no way they played before, but I'm going to double check.
Winsipedia.
I agree that it needs a trophy, and all I can think of is that giant statue of Sam Houston in a grass skirt with a coconut bra and a lei.
That's it. There it is. That's the vision.
And like the tackiest fucking sunglasses.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Can we?
The biggest cans you've ever seen. Like give Sam Houston
you're going a little bit.
Well, no, just the
coconut
coconuts.
broth.
Just really
Coconut,
good.
okay,
The
all right.
coconuts are empty, but the coconuts are enormous.
Well,
I'm
I
looking
mean,
at
if you
New York
tried to
like
put
that.
actual coconuts on that
Put
huge
that
Sam
in the
Houston statue, it just wouldn't work.
the brainstorming thing, and we'll try to complete that. Which
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
hey Beth. Guess what? You get to see me actually try to Photoshop for my phone, which is going to be a fun thing to do.
Uh-oh.
All day Saturday, I'm going to be on my phone. Like I do my best Photoshop work from my phone, so that should be good times.
oh yeah. The next game.
Jacksonville State at Eastern Michigan.
Who wrote this note? This is
I
the
wrote
most
the note.
misleading. Okay.
Rich Rod returns to Michigan.
Technically true.
Technically
He is
true.
returning
So
to the state of
many
Michigan.
asterisks.
No, this is correct. Technically correct.
Technically
It's the best
correct.
kind of
the
correct.
best kind of correct.
Sickos Committee.
Rich Rod.
We have high editorial standards.
I want to put.
This is factual.
I want to put a graphic for both of these games, like Rich Rod returns to Michigan, and just like 7,000 asterisks.
I like this as your version of Jordan's tendency to generate clickbait.
Yeah. But nobody's going to respond to it because nobody cares about this. But
I mean,
Jacksonville State fans are big mad online right now. I don't think you've seen this.
Okay.
They are having a bad time.
you are
Well, I mean,
contemplating
they're 0-2.
trolling Michigan on our account and saying no one will respond.
I don't think
Well,
we have many
especially-
Michigan fans.
Well, especially because
We have a few.
I'll make this maize and blue. Just so we're clear, this is in maize and blue.
Okay, he'll make it maize and blue. That'll definitely.
Maize and blue, but on the gray background.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice.
This
I
is
like
why
that.
I like you, Pitt Girl. This is why you're good, because you take my stupid ideas and make them even better. Like it.
I mean, this podcast is kind of like brainstorming for us. It's great.
Yeah. Sickos Committee. Yes, and
Who has worse vibes, Notre Dame or Purdue right now?
Notre
Yes.
Dame.
Notre Dame.
I think so.
I know
Yeah,
Beth
Purdue's
said yes,
just like
but
this. No offense, Purdue, but like
This is in West Lafayette, by the way.
guess what? Purdue is 1-0. They had a bye week last week.
I
Good
mean,
time.
I feel like
All right,
Purdue kind of took
retracted.
the loss though because of the whole car thing. So did you guys hear about this?
No.
No.
So Purdue has this like contest thing, or apparently where they have, I think it's a student try to kick, I think it's 3 field goals. I forget how long they are, but it's like to the point where it's like a legit challenge. Like I would not expect someone off the street to be able to do this. And they had in the first game of the season at home, they had a student do this, and he hit the 3 field goals. But they went back, like the car dealer that's sponsoring this went back and like looked at the tape and found out that like he was like less than a second late on the final kick, right?
Oh,
It was like because you have like 30 second
0.7?
time limit.
Fuck
Yes.
that.
Yes. So this car dealer is now trying to like get out of it, right? And so like you think, right, if you're a car dealer, you're sponsoring this, you want like some good press, right? Like you want to get your name out there, get people seeing your name in the stadium, and like I don't know, like if it were me personally, like I would not go out of the way to get bad press, especially over what is, I think the deal is a 2-year car lease. I personally would not fight that battle. I'm
Jesus
just saying.
Christ, no.
No.
I'm just
You know who wouldn't do this? South Miami Kia.
That's right. That sponsored
Yeah.
Pitbull
Oh,
Stadium.
yes, the cool Kia dealer.
Yeah,
They wouldn't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like maybe the only cool Kia dealer, actually.
I don't think that can be a cool Kia dealership. I'm sorry.
There's that one.
I'm just like, it's kind of weird because like I have never
Also,
been to
Stetson
South
Bennett
Florida.
Kia. Noted cool
There
Kia
you go.
dealership.
Stetson Bennett Kia.
I've never been to South Florida, so I only think about Miami as stereotypes. I can't imagine someone riding around in a Kia in Miami. Like I've seen all of DJ Khaled's Snapchats where he's in a Rolls Royce. Like, come on.
this is my South Beach Sorrento.
I'm literally out here Googling to see if Kia even makes a convertible, because why would you drive anything
It
else?
reminds
in
me when I
Miami?
went on vacation, and then we drove down. God, I think it's Highway 1. We drove down Highway 1 from Miami to Key West, and I saw nothing but rental Chrysler Sebrings because they were all convertible.
Yeah. Hey, I had 2 consecutive Chrysler Sebrings.
Hell
in
yeah.
my youth.
And the whole ride, my sister, myself, and everybody in the family, we would just yell out Sebring every time we saw one. And it would
I'm
just
just
stop.
I'm just saying, I have seen every episode of Ballers. I didn't see one Kia. I saw that Lamborghini SUV. I saw that. I didn't see no Kias.
But you saw
Like-
Blake Griffin dunk over a Kia, kind of.
That's
about
true.
that.
I
Yeah.
like
Did
when
Kia
I
have
think-
little hamsters too? Were there those the hamster commercials?
I
Yes.
think
Yes,
they did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kia Soul.
Yes. Hamster car.
I had a roommate who drove the hamster car.
That's right.
Yeah, I dated a guy who traded in his car for the hamster car, and our relationship terminated very soon thereafter.
Like when I think Miami cars, I think
Red
specifically
flag.
of the
What
Range
did you
Rover
trade in for the
convertible.
hamster car?
Where did he go? Where did he go from what to the hamster car?
I think it was a Spark. This wasn't a very good relationship.
No, a Chevy Spark to a hamster car was just like, okay, that's I'm done.
I think that is an
Yeah, that's an
upgrade.
upgrade.
actually.
That's
Lateral,
an
is that a
upgrade.
lateral move? I can't tell.
No, that's
No,
an upgrade.
that's an upgrade.
upgrade.
That's an upgrade.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an upgrade, all right. Ooh,
Listen, there's some things I'm not proud of.
this guy had big hamster energy.
Cincinnati at Miami, Ohio. This is Cincinnati's last trip to Oxford for the foreseeable future. This game goes on hiatus 1 year next year. 2026, they make the return trip to Cincinnati, and then this is gone. This is one of the oldest rivalries in college football that's been played.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out how many times this has been played. It's over 100, I'm pretty sure. This is the victory bell, been played 127 times. It's tied 60, 60, and 7. Don't ask
yeah,
where those wins came. It's a little streaky.
Well, Miami of Ohio won last year. I do want to take this moment to just formally boo everybody involved in deciding to not play this game, because that's some bullshit. Play the game. We were just talking about how it makes the student experience for literally everyone worse if you don't play the rivalries. Play the fucking game. Thank you.
What is Paycor Stadium?
you need to boo.
Boo.
Boo. Also, this tweet about the victory bell was amazing. That Miami, Ohio did.
They did. Hold up.
Oh, it's a
It's a
video.
vi- it's-
We
it's not playing.
yeah.
Never mind.
That's okay.
It's funny.
good.
Apparently, last year they played this game in Paycor Stadium, which I believe is what they're calling where the Bengals
Nippers?
play now.
Oh
No.
yeah, it was a
Yeah,
neutral
that's-
site.
That's
It was
Paul
interesting.
Brown Stadium.
It was a
Okay.
neutral site game.
Ew.
Yuck. Why don't we let's just squeeze all of the personality out of it.
This also, like we talked about earlier, is mistimed rivalry week. We do have the Platypus Cup and Apple Cup this week,
Yeah.
both at 2:30.
Oh god, this just feels wrong. Both of them. Now they're both non-conference games.
Playing them both at 2:30 as well. Like these are some Pacific
Yeah, I mean,
time
give
zone
me
games.
some separation
I don't
here.
like that.
That means
Yeah, I
12:30
want this
local
game. I want these games either on Black Friday
Yeah.
or at like 9 Eastern.
Yeah.
And this is neither of those
Yeah.
things.
I will say I do think it's funny that they're playing the Apple Cup the same week as the big like Apple, the like tech company that you've maybe heard of from making the phones and the computers and whatnot. Like they did their big
I know who they are.
announcement this week too.
Who dat?
Who's that?
They make phones.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Weird. I thought they made colorful computers.
What one thing I just like this
Those two.
What's a computer?
Does Oregon at Oregon State, fuck around and find out finally, or no?
Well, thank God they're not playing Idaho State.
They're actually playing somebody from the state of Oregon instead of Idaho this week, which is great. And Washington State versus Washington, it's not in Husky Stadium. It's in where they play the Seahawks games.
Was it not Qualcomm? What are they calling it now? No, Wait, what the fuck was? No, that was the San Diego.
Quest? Was it?
Oh my
Quest
God.
Stadium?
Qualcomm, I think was.
I also thought it was Qualcomm.
Qualcomm was definitely San Diego.
It's San
Okay.
Diego. It used
This
to be
was
Jack Murphy
Century
Stadium.
Link, right?
Century
it was the
Link, yeah. Quest? Like
Lumen. It's Lumen Field.
Lumen Field. All right.
Lumen.
Yeah.
You're so fucking bad at this, guys.
Who gives a
Oh
crap? It's
shit!
Why don't we give stadiums names that mean
It's
something?
Heinz Field. Whatever. We're
It's
calling
Heinz
this Heinz
Field.
Field.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's why I'm
Heinz
always saying
Field
Heinz
West.
Field.
Heinz Field West.
Jordan, Platypapalus Cup, is that anything?
Platypapalus.
I mean, that was my favorite Greek
That
diner
just
in
makes it
college.
sound Greek. Yeah.
Was that the last name in my big fat Greek wedding?
I've seen that movie so many times, and it still makes me laugh. Like that movie, I can't complain.
They made a trilogy.
I think my favorite thing
Nope.
was when
Not as far as I know, they made a TV show too. Didn't ever watch it.
when the Broncos got all their safeties against the Seahawks this week. They were playing in Seattle, and somebody did a tweet like the Spider-Man cartoon guy. What was it? Is the
J. Jonah
newspaper guy,
Jameson.
J. Jonah Jameson is like, give me some Seattle B-roll of the fish market right now. And so I want to watch this game, and I'm like, I'm gonna die laughing once they do the B-roll of the fish market.
This game floated down our list of Sickos games of the week, and I don't like that, but I got overruled. Arizona State at Texas State on a Thursday night.
I think this game might actually be good, like just good,
Yeah,
and not us being like, hey.
Like, this is being hyped by normal.
Podcat agrees.
This is being hyped by normal, like, media. Like, this is like, watch this game, do this game. This is a big game. It's in San Marcos. If maybe Texas State lost to UTSA, the luster would be gone, but they dispatch UTSA.
They beat that ass.
Like,
and Arizona State has an SEC pelt to their cap too.
I want to see if Texas State can tackle Cameron Scadaboo.
I do not think they can. That's the problem.
Because a Sun Belt team trying to tackle Minecraft Man, I don't know, but if they can, or if Arizona State gets away from the plan of their offensive plan and stops running the ball, but I want to see if a Sun Belt team is big enough and tough enough on defense to stop this running game.
I think that's the thing I think that they're going to get fucked at, is at some point they're going to keep running Scadaboo and they're just going to run out of bodies to put in front of him. But until that happens, I believe this should be a very fun, feisty game.
Should be.
And again, San Marcos, it's going to be like, it's not quite fall weather here yet, so you can still sort of like get your good day drink on, go sit in like the pool, go sit in the river for a bit, and then come to the game. At some point, y'all, we got to go San Marcos just for fun, and we got to float down the river because literally floating and drinking is the lifestyle there.
I need us to have some people on the ground because I want to know if there are any Sparky Boko shenanigans.
Oh, we have so many Texas State fans that follow us.
Yeah,
like
we're going to need that footage. It is important.
And also, what does Sparky have as his weapon?
Like a fork, right?
Pitchfork.
What happened last time San Marcos had a trident in their hands?
Oh,
boy.
The man stole it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that Bear team player stole that fucking trident. And again, I love how that story started with a band player has stabbed someone with a trident and it ended up being like a baritone player slightly ran away with it. But the first version of that story was way funnier.
Yeah, I'm gonna believe that.
Reminds me of fucking what was Anchorman with the trident.
Yes,
it escalated quickly.
No, I mean the thing I like about Texas State is that, like, I feel like more than any other team, Texas State is the team that I've heard people talking about, like, oh yeah, like that's my G5 team in EA Sports College Football 25.
Yeah,
like Texas State, I feel like there's certain. It's very funny to me because it's been so long. Like, literally the last time we had a college football game, I had not been covering college football, but like hearing people like scouting teams and like learning about teams for the upcoming season by playing the football game. And like Texas State, I feel like is the one team where people play the game. We're like, damn, this team is good. And then like the regular season starts and it's like, yeah, man, like as advertised.
Then you're like, people like me who starts playing with Rice. I'm like, EJ Warner, he's the man. Guys, he's not the man.
I'm going to give a shout out to the Sweet 11 that I attended there in San Marcos. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun.
The sticker is still there.
There's 2 stickers there.
We saw photographic evidence. It's still there.
We did from Dusty and Warhawk Report. I did want to say that's going to be fun. I feel like, this is a Thursday night game that a lot of people have circled. So it's kind of lower on the Sickos radar.
That's fine.
Yeah, this one's just good.
It's good.
Watch it.
Enjoy it. We'll watch it. We'll be there.
A couple more.
We watch everything.
We'll just touch lightly on.
Also, shout out to the tap room in San Marcos. Any Arizona State fans, go there. The biggest, sloppiest burger you could ever have, and like 100 beers on tap. It's great.
There is Arizona State fans. There is no shortage of places to go drink in San Marcos as well. It is basically an open tap room. Just
it is.
Somewhere that's not the river, please.
Yes.
if you have opinions about some of these, shout them out. UNLV at Kansas in St. Louis.
Yeah, this is
Kansas
a
City, my
feisty bowl
bad.
game.
Kansas City,
This
my
is a
bad.
feisty bowl game rematch, but it's like at a neutral site because of the rework of the Kansas
Which bowl
Stadium.
game was this?
Last year, it was the guaranteed rate? Or
Yes.
Remember this?
guaranteed
Okay.
rate.
I think it was that. Yeah,
It was
the
a
one-
feisty game
Kansas
last year.
won that, I believe, right?
Kansas won it, but there was some shenanigans between both teams
Okay.
at the end. So just a reminder that could be a really good game, and it's on a Friday night. That should be good. I'm interested to see that one again.
Guaranteed Rate Bowl was like pretty good last year, 49-36 Kansas on December 26th.
Yeah, and
So-
this is at the Kansas City Soccer Stadium, so like it should like I think this should still be a good crowd because it's like it's technically it's not technically a neutral site. It's technically a Kansas home game. They're just playing it off campus because of the renovations.
That's
so
right.
I think like
It's
all
an
the
intimate
student
stadium. It's
section,
great,
the
though.
band,
Yeah.
and like that's a cool stadium. So like
That's gonna be
everybody's still gonna
fun.
be showed up.
It's
Yeah,
also
still
pretty
gonna be
easy
good
drive. It's
atmosphere.
like 45 minutes on one highway. It's an easy drive.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Quick, App State, East Carolina. Is that a conference game or not?
No.
No,
No.
I just
Again,
want to give.
this feels like it should be, though.
It feels like these two mascots work together in bootlegging. Like the
Okay.
Pirates would bring in the stuff,
So
and then
you
Pir-
get like the
the pirate-
moonshiner meeting up with the rum runner.
yes,
Uh-huh.
essentially, I
Yep.
feel like that's what it is. Moonshine and rum running like together, they get along. I have a feeling this is
Well,
going to be a
they're
good one.
they're just trading
This
for
is going to be a good one.
so then you can make more
I
drinks.
have a feeling this is going to be a good one.
This game has been played, by the way, a total of 33 times. So there is history here.
Okay,
Goes back to 1932.
nice.
I'm just going to shout some things out. If you have some opinions, go for it. Air Force at Baylor.
Army 2.
Army
LSU
two. Army
at
two at
South
Baylor.
Carolina. LSU at South Carolina, which is game day. Sure.
What-
Why not?
Why the fuck is that game day?
Again, because there weren't many options, and they want to do Alabama at Wisconsin, which is the Fox Big Noon game. Which, again, I feel like LSU at South Carolina has a chance to get off the rails, but since it's game day, it's like -20 on our Sickos Game of the Week rankings.
It's also SEC versus SEC, which is
Sometimes that works.
Memphis at Florida State. Mike Norvell's ex-girlfriend is coming to town.
It's all right. I asked Katie, our Florida State rep, how she felt, and she said, "Does Chris Rix have any eligibility left?"
Nope.
Oh boy.
Texas A&M at Florida.
I asked our Florida fan Pop-Tart correspondent Melanie how she feels about this game. She's not pleased that Billy Napier is going to go back to the Graham Mertz experience, but she has no idea what to expect from A&M. But she mentions that there's not much of a home field advantage for Florida. So this game just really confuses me. And whatever happens in this game, I have a feeling we're going to watch this game a lot.
Vanderbilt at Georgia State. Can they get to
3-0 Vandy.
Yeah, that's a
Woo.
wild sentence.
Woo.
Boston College at Missouri, which we said was a ranked versus ranked game
Ranked
at
versus ranked
at
game.
11:45 a.m.
Yeah.
on SEC Network. Ugh.
Yes. They were
Ugh.
like, hey, these two teams are ranked, but I don't give a crap. You're still on SEC Network.
Is Mizzou having homecoming super early? Like, what the hell is up with this kick time?
11:45 that's not even halftime.
No.
That's not even oh my god. Okay, that's
They were worried
is
that
like
the
a
Boston
football
College
of football
tailgates were going to
games.
get too rowdy.
So I think this is just because it's on SEC Network, and SEC Network only has they're only doing 3 windows,
Yeah.
right? So
Hmm.
typically you would have like on your ESPNs or your national things, you'd have your if you're I'm just gonna use East Coast time because that's what I remember, but noon, 3:30, 7, and 10:30, so you can get 4 games in there. SEC Network, you're not gonna have that kick, so you might as well shift it back a little bit, so your earliest games don't have to get up quite as early. So
I'm seeing 11:45, 3:15, and 6:45. So yeah, they're
right. So they've just
they're the
shifted it a little.
TBS. They're the TBS of college football. They're putting everything off by 45 minutes. There are There are 2 true TV games this week as well, folks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
what are those?
one last thing though. I want to shout out SEC Network. I like it when networks stagger this because all the games aren't ending at once, right? You can have the other games you're ending watch or the other games you're watching end, and then like, oh, there's another game in the fourth quarter. Like I like that. Like you know how March Madness staggers?
Yes.
Like I like that. I wish there was more of this.
That's nice.
UCF at TCU conference game, yes or no?
Yes.
Got it. Arizona at Kansas State on Friday, conference game, yes or no?
Yes, but this one is not.
Bingo. This is a non-conference conference game yet again.
Trick question. You mean Arizona at Penn State, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They be going to Valley Joyeux.
That's right. My mama said that James and Franklin is so angry.
Hey,
because he got a hairbrush and no hair.
Y'all want to watch?
He got a hairbrush and no hair.
Y'all want to watch a chicken fight an owl? Coastal Carolina at Temple.
Oh
No, I really don't. I really don't.
1 p.m.
No chickens.
For reasons that will become clear to the reader later, I get emails from Temple's athletic department where they ask me in different degrees of desperation to go to Temple football games. I will be at the opposite end of the state this week.
Is the email subject heading? It says, "Give a hoot about Temple football."
They're getting there. I mean, it's going to be that, or it's going to be like the political ones that you get where it's like, Pitt Girl, we're asking.
Pitt Girl,
we need you.
Is it? I was gonna say, is like it the same tenor as the political emails asking for money?
Essentially, it feels that way.
It's not quite that bad, but I get a lot of this is how you redeem your tickets. Why haven't you redeemed your tickets?
I get Toledo emails after going to the Italian Bowl last year.
Yeah, you do.
And they're also upbeat. They're just like, yeah, we won another MAC championship. Like they're very like like hell yeah, like Toledo football, like this shit fucking rocks.
I used to get emails from Akron, and those were like comparatively upbeat.
So we have 2 nightcaps this week. The first one is New Mexico State at Fresno State on True TV.
Yes.
And we also have San Diego State at California on ESPN proper.
It's weird that you said California in full.
Oh, because it says
also
California, sorry.
Yeah, it does.
I have this problem with LSUfootball.net when I'm looking for Pitt games too, because it's always like blank at Pittsburgh, and I'm like,
it's Pitt.
Who's that?
Pitt.
I'm going to start referring to LSU as Louisiana State and just see what happens.
No, you need to do the full thing.
The Louisiana State University.
And there's A&M attached to it too.
Oh, is there really?
Yes, the full name.
Oh, it's like the VPISU problem.
So that's why there's no Louisiana A&M, because LSU is the state and the A&M. They got both.
Louisiana State University and Agricultural and Mechanical College.
That's
okay,
right.
so the joke is now
it's LSU A and or LSU and A and M.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep adding to that.
So is it LSU and A and %N?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm picturing it with 2 ampersands.
Two
Okay.
ampersands?
It's funny. I think it's funnier with 2 ampersands. Yeah.
Okay, you got to add some more of that. But that's the official name. And so when the Cajuns tried to do Louisiana, and like LSU was like, no, we got it all. And like ULM was like, we'll let y'all fight down there. We'll just go ULM.
Tulane at Oklahoma, which should be a lot of fun. Alabama was good.
Man, Tulane, please pull one off, man. Like you almost got Kansas State. Knock off Oklahoma, please.
I don't think Oklahoma is going to fall for that same trick twice.
Well, let's do it. It's weird that Oklahoma had to play like a Willie Fritz team last week, and then the former Willie Fritz team the week after.
Alabama at Wisconsin's the big noon Friday game. Troy at Iowa.
Big noon Friday. Yeah, BNF.
Big noon Saturday, sure.
Sure, whatever.
Jump around.
Troy at Iowa. Troy has not been looking great under new management, y'all. And
they lost so much when they lost the coach, so
I know
I'm not down on them.
I mean, I'm down on them in that I think that Iowa has this one in hand.
We'll see. Kirk is back.
Oklahoma State at Tulsa. This is the one that they always like the random every other year game where they play it at Tulsa.
Yeah,
sure.
It's an in-state rivalry too, so it's technically part of the rivalry week.
BYU at Wyoming, a game that's been played a lot in history, but yeah, this at Wyoming.
Whack.
At Wyoming, at altitude, Wyoming has not looked great this year. New Mexico State at Fresno State, that's the second nightcap out in Fresno, which should be fun. New Mexico State gave Liberty tons of hell last week, but couldn't quite close the deal, which sucked. Virginia Tech at Old Dominion. This one is like, if Virginia Tech were good, I would actually be sure Old Dominion's going to win this. But Virginia Tech being kind of crappy tells me that they're probably going to win it.
They have never won at Old Dominion.
Right.
Also, hot take. This is part of Misplaced Rivalry Week. Or VT fans, don't at me.
Mm-hmm.
This was the elevator game, I believe.
This was the elevator game. That's right. Virginia Tech got stuck in the coaches got stuck in the elevator after the halftime, and hopefully that doesn't happen again this week. Or if it does, we're gonna love it.
We got Southern Florida at South Miss.
What?
We have
South
He
Miss.
totally did that
Southern
backwards
Florida,
on
South Miss.
purpose. All right, that really messed me up.
Toledo at
South
Mississippi.
Miss.
Toledo at Mississippi State. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a recap of this one in my email. So
I honestly,
No, I can't. I would love to hang my hat on that one, man. But after seeing that Mississippi State played Arizona State pretty close, I don't think Toledo's got the juice.
well, they went. Toledo struggled with UMass.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I think if this were week 11, I might actually feel Toledo better at that point. But as a week 3 game, I'm less confident.
Okay.
Oh, I love the idea of some AD somewhere just fucking up wildly and scheduling a good MAC team for SoCon Saturday.
Yeah, being like, oh yeah, we'll just pull down Miami, Ohio. It's fine. They'll come down and play.
It's fine.
I haven't thought about Toledo as a Katamari before, but it does kind of make sense. And right now, they are too small.
Yes, you must roll bigger. Blah. I just started playing that again on my Switch. It's a lot of fun. New Mexico at Auburn.
Please.
Just beads of sweat running down Hugh Freeze's face.
Please, Dampier.
Bronco
Please.
Mendenhall coming in and just nut punching
Please,
everyone.
Bronco. Just-
Oh, the nut punches.
I want to really, really, really. I want this Auburn just to hate the entire state of New Mexico.
yeah, how did they end up?
I'm gonna light a candle for this one.
How did they end up scheduling both New Mexicos in back-to-back years?
It's like a study abroad.
It
Yeah,
is.
That's like me when I'm playing EA Sports College Football and I'm trying to schedule non-conference games and I'm like, okay, I just played them go one further down in the alphabet.
They wanted the spices from the faraway land of New Mexico. They wanted the red and green chilies.
Yeah, Auburn schedules New Mexico State in particular weirdly frequently as one of their chill out of conference games. I don't know why.
I don't know. Maybe you have an existing AD relationship that we don't examine too much.
There's always something like that.
There's always.
I mean, it goes back I remember them playing New Mexico State when I was fairly little.
Well, I mean,
it's just
New
a
Mexico
thing.
State was a Sun Belt team at the time, probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Central Michigan and Illinois, sure. Ole Miss at Wake
Sure.
Forest.
The only reason I listed that.
Is that a conference game?
The only reason I listed Ole Miss at Wake Forest is because it's on the CW.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, Wake, you got a little of the good stuff going for you here.
We got a little ACC.
Maybe we'll only lose by 40.
No. Let's see. After they lost last week. Games I don't necessarily think I'm going to rank. I'll just go through these rapidly. UTEP at Liberty, probably not. UAB at Arkansas. I know Arkansas had the wild loss but UAB got handled by ULM. So Utah is at Utah State.
Battle of the Brothers.
Again,
They're still going to beat Utah State with a pillowcase full of nails. That's what Utah does.
Logan is basically right. It's like a suburb of Salt Lake City. It's right
the vibes at Utah State are not great right now.
No. UTSA at Texas. No, probably not.
Yeah.
Georgia at Kentucky.
Maybe.
No, Kentucky was so bad this last week, y'all. There's no way they could have fixed any of it.
No, this is I think the axles have fallen off in addition to the wheels falling off. Yeah.
It'd be funny if they showed fight for the first half and then just fell apart. Maybe.
I don't think so.
Nevada at Minnesota, which I think Minnesota wins that.
I am real high on Nevada this year, y'all. You
They're
can quote me in a couple weeks.
They're a lot better than last year. I'm gonna give you that.
In a couple weeks,
They
when they're clearly not going to make a bowl game, you can call me out on this again. But
No.
I am very pro Nevada right now.
We'll just flip it and we'll just say I'm real high.
If I wanted to call you out on Nevada, I'd call you out on your pronunciation. But I'm good. So.
Ooh,
Nevada. Like we do in Texas, Nevada.
Nevada.
Ugh.
Is that like
What
the
else,
video
Commish?
card maker, Navita? Totally.
Do you have low T? You might consider.
Navita
For men.
for men with wings.
Autistic-
Ball State at Miami.
Speaking of balls,
Florida. Speaking of balls,
The other episode title for this one is just with wings.
with wings
For men.
for men. Ball State at Miami, Florida. I Ball State struggled with Missouri State last week. I don't fully trust Miami yet, but okay. La Tech.
You should not trust Miami. Do not.
La Tech at NC State. NC State got beat up in the Mayo Bowl. I feel like they may take out a lot of frustration on La Tech if they can, which maybe.
Can they?
Kent State at Tennessee. Oh my God, Kent State, I love you. Please be safe.
Oh.
Say, I hope you're getting paid like
a lot, probably like $2 million almost. Arkansas State at Michigan. Michigan was hurt by Texas last week. I feel like Butch Jones may be a little upset at the end of this game. But if Arkansas State, who barely beat Central Arkansas and barely beat Tulsa, like gives Michigan a scare, it would be kind of funny for Michigan fans because they wouldn't know what to do. At this point, they would just go in full-blown panic after the Texas loss. But that would be funny. But I don't think I have that ranked.
1.35 million, by the way.
1.35. That's not bad.
Not enough.
Penn State's paying them 1.6.
Okay.
Yeah, Pitt's only paying them 1.1. Y'all cheapskates.
Hey, it's a shorter drive.
It is true. Very close.
This is why you got to talk to your fellow employees about your salaries so this doesn't happen.
Max should unionize.
Max should-
Always share. Yeah.
Union.
I mean,
action.
this is why Pitt is getting a new athletic director.
Hey,
Time out.
all right.
Time out. Mac pirate flag, scratch, hammer and sickle.
Bevel it. All right. Let's do some FCS and FBS games. We're running out of time here. So we have on Thursday. If you're not watching the fantastic Arizona State at Texas State game in San Marcos, you could watch Northwestern State, the Demons, in Mobile, Alabama against South Alabama, and Major Applewhite, who is not off to a great start at South Al, who is 0-2.
You didn't have to put South Al in that sentence, dude.
South Al.
You could have said Major Apple's off to a bad start. That describes most of his career.
True. Maybe they'll bring in Chris Sims. I don't know. Saturday, Prairie View at Michigan State, which is weird. I love Prairie View A&M going up to East Lansing, and I cannot wait for the folks in the East Lansing crowd to get blown the fuck away by Prairie View's band.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, they're gonna love that.
I assume they're going.
Typically when they do these games with HBCUs, that's part of the contract. You must bring the band. Morgan State at Ohio, VMI at Georgia Tech, Colgate, toothpaste at Akron. It's great. Gardner Webb at Charlotte. I am very curious about that one because Gardner Webb only lost to JMU by 7. And JMU beat Charlotte by 24. So if we're using the transitive property, my eyes are on the Gardner Webb Bulldogs right now at Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Is Charlotte still like so hurt that apparently like all their players are hurt or something? Like
Biff Poggi seems to be the same way. He's still saying that yes, they're getting like 1 or 2 back, but they're still banged up. So I don't know. North Carolina Central, I had North Carolina. Mac Brown, who retweeted somebody's tweet that said that they gave a standing ovation when they watched the Texas National Championship for the 300th time. So, yeah, Mac Brown actually retweeted that. So, South Carolina State at Georgia Southern. Eastern Illinois at the beautiful stadium that is calling Arthur to go to this game at Northwestern.
Like the siren song.
The siren song of Sweet Home Chicago.
Man, if it weren't for the brawl this weekend.
True. Northern Iowa at Nebraska. Northern Iowa at Nebraska. A feisty FCS team that has given like Iowa and Iowa State problems previously. but they play at Nebraska. I want to give a shout out to some FCS versus FCS bangers that I have for this week. I got Idaho State. This is kind of a measuring stick of the program, and Cody Hawkins, who has his dad there, Dan Hawkins, with it. They just blew out Western Oregon at North Dakota, who just beat Montana. So this is kind of where the program's at.
But where is this game at?
It's at North Dakota. So
in whatever that convention center is they play in. I can't remember what it's
called. They play in the dome, but I forget the name of the dome.
I think that was like a convention center, though. It's not.
Yeah, it's all right. So, and then I want to give a shout out to Monmouth at Maine. Monmouth scared the ever-living crap out of Lafayette last week. And Maine, when Montana State took the foot off the gas a little bit, Maine put up 24 points and made it look respectable against Montana State, 41-24. So I am very curious about the Monmouth Hawks going up to the Black Bears of Maine. We have a big sky banger. It is UAlbany returns to the scene of the crime and their upset of last year in the FCS playoffs to the home opener at the Kibbie Dome against Idaho.
And it is a feisty Albany team.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that one.
That's going to be a good one. That's ranked versus ranked FCS right there. Weber State at Lamar in Beaumont, Texas. This is the Big Sky Southland, like beginning of the year challenge that they have going on, which I love it. And I'm curious about, because both of those teams were kind of like middle of the road conference teams, the Big Sky and the Southland. That is very curious to see what goes on there. Also, another one is Nichols, who won the Southland last year, at Sac State, who made the FCS playoffs last year and won the Big Sky in 2022. Those Southland, Big Sky mixer-uppers are fixer-up. No, they're not fixer-uppers. But those two games, good FCS ones to watch. And we have the picker wheel for the
I
FCS.
spun it, and y'all are going to laugh. Mercyhurst and Robert Morris.
Bobby Moe and Mercyhurst. Booby Moe.
Mercyhurst coming off their first they beat Wheeling back in week 1, I believe. Lost to Howard by 1 last week. Bobby Moe coming off the loss to D2.
Edinburgh, which we had Edinburgh fans. Edinburgh. We had Edinburgh fans just like tweeting at us like, Edinburgh mentioned. And
this is more like I-79 hate, because Mercyhurst is up in Erie. Like, these are the Lakers. So
and this is a conference game too? Yes?
I don't know.
Can we figure out a thing with I-79 that rhymes? Because like, you know how like War on I-4 like rhymes? Like like what rhymes with 9?
Wine.
Moonshine.
I really don't want to drink wine from that part of the PA.
No, you don't.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the wine from here is also fine. Like, it's fine.
Yes, this is a conference game. Robert Morris is in the NAC for
it's fine on I-79.
That's right. It's fine on I-79. Mercyhurst, the Lakers, at Bobby Moe, the Colonials. Folks, that is what week 3 looks like. Be safe. We love you. And we will talk to you after the brawl and many more things this weekend.
Many more things this week. Liechtenstein on I-79.